Okay, I think we're already started the recording, and I'm going back to try to finish up this ectopic eruption video that we're trying to produce here. Uh, we're back on X-ray number 7, uh, and these teeth that were extremely crowded right up here in the bicuspid have quite a bit of room now to erupt into, so we'll be able to kind of straighten this up and line the teeth up, because it's like we got to rotate this cuspid to get it in there, but we've created quite a bit of space here by this expansion, and it pushed this tooth back and it pushed the other one back, and so we've got a fair amount of room in there now for the teeth to come in. Then we'll go to the number 8 X-ray, which we got room enough, and we have rotated that cuspid, you see, and it's lined up pretty good and everything here, and we've taken the braces off and put this person in a retainer. This is 3 of 94 though, time we got this far. We also see that we're going to have to almost for sure take the wisdom teeth out, so that's something we will have to look forward to in here. The next Panorex is number 9. We've taken everything off the bottom now and put a 3-to-3 retainer on the lower anterior, just bonded over here, and this, I don't think there's any bonds on the inside, but we now bond all the teeth to this, and the wisdom teeth are still in there. Now that's the last Panorex I think that we took on the case, so we'll just show you this case maybe a little bit later on down the line. This is 2nd of 95, so that's quite a bit of time from the time we started the case. Here in 12 of 90, we'll go back now with the x-rays. We went completely through the case, and we're going to go back to 12 of 90, where we had these springs in the space in the upper. We didn't have to do much expansion on the bottom. We were able to get all them in pretty well without that. The right side of the mouth, this was the one where the molar had completely moved up to the first deciduous molar, and we had to shove it back, and as soon as we got this bicuspid in, we put a bracket on it and had a spring back here and a spring in here to keep room for the permanent cuspid to erupt into. And the midline that was way off to that side now looks like it's pretty well on over here. We'd have to go back here to the where we were looking straight at it. Let me go back this to okay. The midline now, it was over to this side, and now it's off to the left. But we probably will equal this, line this thing up as we get the other permanent teeth in the mouth. Let me go back and erase those marks. So now we're waiting on cuspids to erupt, and we've got more space in here than we need, and that'll bring this midline back some. And we've got to get this bicuspid out in here and the cuspid in here. Now this was totally blocked out. There was only room enough for a cuspid and a bicuspid when we started this thing, and we were able to push this back and bring this forward some and open up space enough for these 2 teeth to come in right here. Right at the bottom, there's no big deal. We got room enough, we'll get this cuspid in and rotate it, and we may have to add a little spring or something to increase the arch length in here slightly to get this cuspid lined up properly. This is 90. So here we've come along later. This is 1993, and we've taken off all the upper, and it's lined up, and we've got the midline pretty well in place there. Which is not a big importance to that, as long as we got them properly interdigitated and everything in the case. So that's 9 of 93, and this is just looking at the sides, 93, and it's pretty well in good solid class 1 relation. This tooth erupted completely, came in after we took the braces off. We left room enough, and so it should come on down in there. And it looks like in this x-ray, the other tooth may have come down into position pretty good. Okay, this is the bottom. It's pretty well rotated here, but not completely. I don't know whether we ever got it completely in there or not. Alright, here's comparing. This is in 95 now, and this is 89. That's when we started this case. And you can see we've got a pretty good interdigitation. I think the midline will be on when we look straight at it like that. And it's class 1 relation all across here. This was where we were extremely crowded. The 6-year molar had drifted completely forward into the, up against the first deciduous molar actually. Now looking at it straight on, the midline was quite a ways off here, and we're just almost right on the money right there. Not quite, but that's mighty good though. Now again, the diastema is closed up, the teeth are lined up real good. We've got a good class 1 relationship on that side. Now this this side here is where we began. And you'll notice this 6-year molar had drifted almost a full width of the deciduous molar. It drifted forward. Now as the 6-year molar drifts forward, usually the lingual root kind of is a stabling root, and it stays pretty well, and the tooth rotates around this. And so it's lined up about like that now. You see, when let's look at it without those marks on it. Now you can see the angle that it's setting. Now as it uprights and moves back, it will also rotate that tooth in position. And you can see this is the same tooth. You see where it's rotated completely back over here as we backed it up to make room for both the bicuspids. The tooth rotated back again. Now, here's the lower. This tooth was crowded, and we never did completely rotate it. We've bonded to 3 to 3 to it though, and so it's going to stay like that pretty well. Now they've got wisdom teeth in it. We hadn't taken those out the last time we took the Panorex, but this side, you know, the bottom looks quite good except for the little rotation on that cuspid. Now we look at the facial structure. This little girl had some fullness in her face at the beginning, and so you might have been justified in extracting some teeth, but I don't think so. We'd rather not do that. We've lined it up and done some expansion, and the profile's still slightly full, but look at it after she matures quite a bit, and the profile is straightened out quite a good bit. So you don't mind keeping the profile a little full in the beginning as children are younger, because it does tend to flatten out as you mature. So let's look at her smile line. I mean, just a straight on picture. You don't, this is a real good face to me. I mean, we've got the distances across here are good, and that's one of the primary things, and that remains that way throughout. Now here we've got a little more vertical dimension, and I don't know that her wisdom teeth haven't started in, and it may have opened her up just slightly, but it's still quite good. And you break it up into the third, just may have a slightly increase from here to the vertical dimension here. So that may be contributed to the eruption of the wisdom teeth, and I'm not sure that we took them out. They were still in there the last Panorix I saw. So here's the case when we started, and here it is when we finished it, and it took a while to do that, where if somebody had taken care of that ectopically erupting 6-year molar early on, we would have probably had a much simpler case to do. And I think this kind of winds up our ectopic eruption program, and I hope you try that, uprighting those teeth by putting that little bonded area on the molar and cocking it back with that little spring. So I hope it works out for you as well as it has for me over the years.